Stormtrooper Squad Group. In this spring 1916 frame, a squad of German stormtroopers assembles before their MG, fresh from Hindenburg's new infiltration tactics. Their grim expressions and patched uniforms reflect months of brutal trench raids as they steel themselves to pierce Allied lines at dawn. Stormtroopers advancing. A battalion spills from the trench under pre-dawn gloom, helmets tinted by soot, gas masks dangling. The 1917 gas attacks are imminent. These elite fighters know each step could be their last. Their resolve speaks of a grim evolution in modern warfare. Inspection of trained fusiliers. High in the Vosges mountains, officers inspect a line of stormtroopers freshly trained in close-quarters tactics. Crisp formations betray the grueling drills behind the scenes. Days of bayonet practice, silent signaling, and relentless physical endurance to break frozen French defenses. Isolated stormtrooper portrait. This winter 1917 portrait captures a lone stormtrooper standing vigilant in no man's land. Mud-caked leggings and threadbare tunic hint at weeks of starvation rations. 2 days ago he penned a hopeful letter home. Now, every step on frozen ground is a test of survival. Young stormtrooper with grenade launcher in a cratered field, and teenage stormtrooper grips his grenade launcher with shaking hands. His uniform stitched from scavenged cloth, face streaked with the soot. He's barely 16, thrust into Pyrrhic charges that leave his homeland a distant memory. Stormtroopers preparing for gas attack. A column of masked soldiers checks their gas masks at dawn's edge. It's April 1917. And the French have unleashed mustard gas on Arras. Hushed breaths escape their filters. Each man knows these flimsy masks might not save him from the caustic fumes. Commander conferencing with troops. In a dugout library, the battalion commander gathers stormtroopers and infantry around a flickering lamp. Maps strewn with chalk lines show projected advances. His stern gaze masks the burden of ordering young men into barbed wire hellscapes at first light. Stormtrooper platoon in trench. Deep in a narrow trench near Ypres, a platoon grips makeshift rifles as phosphorus shells arc overhead. Their helmets bear chalked unit numbers. Each man knows daylight means death. In whispered German, they pray for the boom signaling attack, though few will return. Machine gun team at dawn. Before first light, a German MG-08 team scrambles to reposition on a shell-pocked field. The pungent stench of cordite hangs in the air, mingling with burnt wood. Their synchronized movements reflect grueling hours spent mastering the heavy gun that dictates life or death across no man's land. Stormtrooper Squad Group with MG 1916. In a green spring clearing, stormtroopers pose proudly around with their MG 08/15, emblazoned 1916 on the tripod. Fresh-faced recruits stand beside hardened veterans. Soon they'll trade this brief respite for storm-lashed trenches where the machine gun's roar becomes their lullaby. HQ radio operator reading newspaper. Inside a makeshift HQ, a stormtrooper radio operator studies the morning dispatch while shells detonate beyond the sandbags. His eyes narrow at casualty numbers and shifting front lines. In moments, he'll relay coded orders. Each message could cost hundreds of lives before dusk. French soldiers in trench with gas masks. Amid a cratered trench, French poilus don early gas masks, forged in 1915 by a hurried scientific brigade. Their blue-tinted masks glint in dim light. They brace for another chlorine barrage. Memories of friends choking just days ago still haunt each visor's reflection. Stormtrooper Officers Conference. Beneath the dugout's low rafters, stormtrooper officers huddle around a flickering field phone. Tense faces glow in the lamplight as they debate nightly raids on Ypres. Each plan weighs the lives of dozens. Victory demands sacrifice, and none leave unscathed. Russian youth cadets. On a wooden bench outside a Volga camp, young Russian cadets sit in crisp tunics, faces solemn, eyes dreaming of future glory. Conscripted weeks ago, they're still unaware that 1917 will collapse empires. Today's idealism will soon collide with revolution's harsh truths. Russian infantry firing line. A dusty dawn reveals Russian infantrymen in faded red tunics firing volleys across open fields. Their synchronized cadence and echoing rifle fire capture the desperate push toward Przemyśl. Moments later, they'll scramble back as Austro-Hungarian counter-batteries unleash shrapnel storms.